Hi everybody, my name is Taylor Green. I'm one of the audiologists here at Audiology Associates.
My name is Rhys and I'm the other audiologist here at Audiology Associates.
So we've got two patients in this one. First one is my patient and second one is Rhys's. Now this patient came in to see myself for the first time having sort of professional earwax removal done. What they usually do is kind of self-irrigate, which I've said has always worked. So there's a particular kind of drop that patients can just freely pick up over the counter, which they can then use like a little bulb that kind of, just to try and dissolve the wax, and then they can just rinse it out is the kind of process, the thought process to it. But patient said they use the drops, then use the irrigator, and this is basically what it's done is, it's just kind of pushed everything really far inside the ear. It has been intermittent as well, so the patient thinks this has been in here a little while, and the way it's coming out, it does actually look like it has been in here a while, to be fair.
So do you think when they've used that sort of self-irrigation bulb in the past, it's just kind of created a gap rather than got the wax out?
I think it's probably just shifted a little bit, because this looks quite old, it's quite dark in colour as well. But I just think it's just added to the problem. Yeah. So yeah, it's right up against the eardrum, you can see here, but we've already started to uncover the eardrum just on that right hand side. You can just about see like a slither of the grey of the eardrum. So what I'm trying to do here is kind of kind of pull it to the right just to see if it dislodges, because you can see it's all kind of wedged down there in that sort of recess.
It's not really coming away very well, is it?
No.
Do you think I stuck to the drum then as well? I can't quite tell.
I think it actually was. I probably could have popped a little bit of oil in here to make this a bit easier for myself now that I've started to uncover. Do I actually do that anyway? Yes, I do.
There you go. See, you know exactly what you're going to do. It's like as if you did the procedure and everything.
I know. Just do my own thought process before I actually do it. So yeah, the oil, now that we've started to uncover the eardrum, so the reason we use oil while we're in the middle of taking wax out is because it actually kind of slightly changes the consistency a little bit. So it's easier to grip onto, or it's easier to like peel away off the eardrum or off the ear canal.
That's not giving up without a fight. No, super glued almost that eardrum, that one.
Yeah, I'm trying to hold that grip here, and I'm hoping it's going to pull the back section forwards, but I don't think it did. I think it's just broken away. Yeah.
I suppose at least you could sort of pull the top section down now and dislodge it, I suppose, couldn't you?
Yeah, I think I do aim for that, yeah. You could aim for that little bit at the top there.
God, that is wedged in there, mine, isn't it?
This is an old bit of wax, this is.
Do you think there might have been some cotton bud use in there as well?
Probably, yeah, more than likely.
Because I wouldn't have imagined the sort of self-irrigation kit would shove it this far down.
I think they've probably done so much and then probably just end up thinking, it's a bit blocked up now, I'll just try and...
do you know what, some people, they try and mop up the excess water with the cotton bud. They could have done that as well. Shouldn't do it though, guys. No. Don't do that. Please don't do that.
There we go. Oh, that's what we want to see, that bit of movement there, that lift. And that should roll and bring everything else forwards.
Yeah. Look at that.
It's like instant relief on that. As soon as that piece came out, patient was like, oh, I can hear. It does look, there's a couple of little tiny spots and a bit of like staining from where the patients used those like dissolving drops. But, a little bit of oil. About once a month we usually suggest for these types of patients. But yeah, this is yours now.
This is mine now. I think it was 1 centimetre, just under half an inch. I think.
Talked over that then,
sorry. That's right, wait. So this lovely gent came through. This is odd type of wax, this one. It's a bit of a strange. You can see it is super duper dry. Patient admitted didn't use any oil whatsoever before they came along to clinic, and I was like, okay, we can sometimes get it out without using any oil. But this is sort of almost like this wax is mummified. Not this front section so much, but when you see the rear section, it almost looks like you can just about see the right hand side. There's this kind of really dry, almost like somebody's rolled the wax in dust. It's really, really odd. So yeah, it's a very, very strange consistency. It's very super duper hard, but it looks just so strange.
Dusty job?
What's that?
Dusty job?
No, I mean the chap was quite an elderly chap. He's been retired for years, but yeah, it was just, I see it sometimes, you'll get like little tiny patches, and I've always put it down to our patients use a cotton bud, transfer of the fibres from the cotton bud onto it. But look how we turn this piece. Look at that section at the back. There's a bit of misting, so I've moved everything around in here, so we've got this little bit of release of moisture in the ear canal. But wait till I get this bit over. I'm trying to work because it is solid. It's absolutely like rock hard. You can see a little bit of a flinch there from the patient where I tried to pull that down. So I've got the forceps on here. Not really kind of moving it particularly well, but it's just kind of, you can see I'm kind of thinking, oh, do I go for that piece there or do I go further in?
Go from that side bit.
Get that bit out first, then get the side bit so we can move it across it when that bit's out of the way. I'm trying to hold on to this really hard piece. Now you can see this is flat because this was stuck against the canal wall. So we kind of smoothed the back end of it, and then it's gone super duper hard and super duper dry.
Oh, the plate there.
Yeah, absolute rock solid. So this is what I'm talking about. When you see this kind of back section here, it does almost look like it's been rolled in hair or dust or something. It's really, really odd. Look at it.
That almost kind of looks like really thick, like hyphae from the from like a mold.
Yes, it does, doesn't it? But no history with this patient of infections, no history of itching. Just, well, he did say the outer ear itched a little bit, but when he looks at the dry skin, I put it down to that. Yeah, it almost to me, when you get chocolate that's gone kind of, it gets heated up and it cools down, it's got that kind of white film. It was almost like that. It was a really, really strange kind of consistency in it. I mean, but everything else just looks healthy. If it was fungal, I'd expect there to be like a little bit more going on in here than there actually is. But it's just such an odd consistency, an odd colour and texture. But it was almost like powdered.
Yeah.
Really, really strange. Really, really strange.
Sugar coated.
Dusted. Finally dusted it was. But yeah, really, really strange. Yeah, really strange. But eardrum looking nice and healthy. I think there was this one little bit at the bottom here that there was a tiny, I thought we're going to clarinet, but we were lucky we didn't clarinet on that one. You can see a little bit of dry skin. So we got the other ear canal here as well. Katie's still with us at the moment, so you're actually seeing Katie's otoscopy here, so we can see it was quite a thick old bit on there. So we're just going to go in now with the standard size on the tube.
Yeah, straight with the oil as well, but
yeah. I just thought the other side being as dry as that was, I'm going to go straight in with the oil on this side. A little bit of dry skin at the bottom, but not on this side. See, the wax hasn't got that appearance on this side.
That is weird.
Yeah, it is a really, really odd one. I mean, I've never kind of, I've seen small patches, but I've never seen the entire plug,
the entire thing
covered in it.
Ancient.
Yeah, so that's why I said it was kind of, it almost looked like it was mummified.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could imagine kind of like finding it in a jar in an Egyptian tomb somewhere.
Ooh,
yeah,
like treasure.
But it's that side's come away really, really nice. You can see a little bit of tympanosclerosis there at the top, so a little bit of milky white patch over the top of the eardrum. Can be indicative of a bit of scarring. Can also be just something that happens as we age as well. It does happen. I've got this one that I thought, oh, are you going to be really kind to come away? But luckily it did. I thought, with everything else being as dry as it was, I thought that was going to cling like Billy O to that eardrum. Just got a little bit of dry wax here to take away. Just clipping the edges.
Good job though.
Yeah, came away nicely in fairness.
Yeah.
I've just got this little kind of patch to the right hand side, and sometimes these come away really, really easily. Sometimes they just don't want to budge. So let's give this a little bit. There you go. Looks like that's all pretty much dry skin, so it came away nicely. I think I do try and get this bottom section, but I think this is just hanging on. It's just too tough. Don't forget the patient didn't use any oil before they came along for this appointment as well. So what I recommend is they do just use some oil on a regular basis now. And these last couple of pieces, when we can't get them off, because sometimes they're just so firmly attached to the canal wall, we just can't get them off without causing any discomfort. I'd rather the patient just use a bit of olive oil and come back, and we can get that sorted out from there.
I know I had a wax removal today, similar thing there, little patch left on the, bit softer than that, but just could not get it away. Couldn't grab it with the forceps. Couldn't use suction because it was clarinetting too much. Used oil, didn't really help. There was no other option. I just couldn't. I just really struggled with that little piece. A little tiny little bit it was.
The thing is, it was like that piece. There was one small bit that was left. Oh yeah, it was quite a bit on there. Oh yeah, somebody asked if we can do bigger close-ups, so I've zoomed in just a little bit here. So 4.5 centimeters. I've zoomed in so much I can't read the inches now. Inch and 13/16.
Oh wow.
There you go.
Very precise.
It was, wasn't it? Every time I do that, Americans go, it's just close to like 1 3/4 inches. So it's just below 2 inches or whatever. But yeah, you know, I like to try and give you as precise and accurate measurements as I possibly can.
To the dot.
To the dot. Well, guys, thank you very much for watching our video today. If you do enjoy the videos, you can always like, heart, share, follow, and subscribe for me. If you do thoroughly enjoy the videos, you can also consider becoming members of the channel. That way, then you get to see even more videos when we produce them. But for the meantime, take care of yourselves.
Take care of your ears.
And take care of one another and myself and the lovely Mr. Taylor Green. See you again real soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye.